So it seems my the back of my camera got very bad, so I'm having to use the front, and there's kind of a light on this side that might not be very bright. So I hope this comes out fairly at least. And it also seems like with the way this is set up, I do not even know where I'm looking at, but I will just look directly at the front, and I hope this does not blink too much. I apologize if it does. Hi there, I'm John from Nigeria, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, welcome. And on this channel I review books. I do it mostly via single book wrap-ups or the joint and monthly wrap-ups and occasional like book tags and stuff. And yeah, today is going to be the media book freakout tag. I don't know if that's how you say it, and I know this was due in June and this is the beginning of August, but yeah, I'll just go for it anyway because I really like making this video, and this will be my first time doing it on like booktube. So yeah, so it's basically like a set of questions I will have to answer, and it's really from the first half of the year. So these questions I only answer them using like my reading stats from January to June. Yeah, I'll answer them using that stat, even though I've read like a bit more books since that time. But yeah, I'll only give the responses in reference to those specific months. And the first question here is, how is your reading going? And yeah, I think this particular one, I saw this tag, these questions from Yena Modern Ajuma's channel, and normally I do know that the questions are usually like about 13. The ones have been seen over the years, done over and over again. There are about 13 questions, but this one is about 16 with just like little supplement questions, not really that much of a deal. So I decided to use this one because it's a bit longer. The first question again, how's your reading going? And I'll say from January to June, my reading was kind of like here, not neither here nor there, because I was graduating in the first half of the year. I was in my final college semester, so I was not reading an extreme lot, and so there was not really anything like I loved so much. So it was just kind of neither here nor there. There were good things, but there were not like astounding things, and it was kind of a slow like start to the year for me. But yeah, that's how it went in context of January to June. That's how my reading has been going. Second question is, best book you have read so far in 2024? And between January to June, my favorite book is definitely Giovanni's Room by James Baldwin. That was my first Baldwin novel. I read it on ebook, and even though I already own two other of his works, I just decided to start there for some reason because it was short. So yeah, Giovanni's Room moved me so much. Has like some of the, I think I do not usually do the thing of like your best intro of a book, your best opening line. For Giovanni's Room, it's not the opening line for me, but I think the first page is probably like it's the first time in a long time that a book has just like drawn me in from the first page. And it also has the best final two chapters in any book I have read. I don't want to say in my life, but like one of the best of all time. It just did so many things, gave me so many feelings the day I finished it. But yes, this is definitely like my favorite book of the year so far. It's just so frustrating with the way my phone is and the camera, because you know I'm usually free and expressive in my videos, so if I'm not moving my body too much, it's because I do not want the light flickering always, and it kind of makes it limited for me and makes me limit myself, which is tiring. But I'm trying not to feel gloomy about it, so please bear with me. Third question is, best sequel you have read so far in 2024? And I'm not really a big series reader. I hardly do book series, so the answer is none. Yes, I have not read any sequel. I cannot think of any I've read this year. I was supposed to give like maybe a little bookish start at the beginning of this video, but I cannot remember how many books I had read between January to June, but it was somewhere around 16 to 18, or somewhere around 16 to 18 for like the first half of the year. I think that's how many books I had read by then. The fourth question is my favorite reread so far this year, and while I am not a big rereader of books, my answer, I reread maybe my favorite book of all time, and it's Sorrow and Bliss by Meg Mason. I'm so sorry. Let me put it in this side. Let me see about this side. It's Sorrow and Bliss by Meg Mason. I cannot invert it, I'm so sorry, but this is what it looks like, and very much. I finally saw a physical copy in Nigeria for the first time, very cheap, and I gave everything for it because I love this book so much. This was my third reread of it, and yeah, Sorrow and Bliss. Just the funniest, wittiest novel. The supporting characters are such a delight. The main character is such a delight. It moves you, it touches you in so many ways, and it's just no words. Read this book. I've said it so much on this channel, but read this book. So the fifth question is genre you've been loving or reading the most, and I really mostly read like the same things, like either contemporary fiction or literary fiction, and I hardly ever deviate from those. So there's not like a specific genre I gravitate more towards. The sixth question is new release you haven't read yet but want to, and that's like from the first half of the year. And I would say All Falls by Miranda July, even though I have not read anything by her or do not know much about her, but I know people like Nathan from Nathan's Nook. Modern Ajuma has read this. I actually learned about it when I saw Nathan's 5-star review on Goodreads. That's when I decided I was going to read it. So I would say All Falls by Miranda July. 7 is most anticipated release for the second half of the year, and I would say, I do not like keep up with like the new releases most of the time. I only maybe see things on Bookstagram, and the thing is, I do not know a lot of authors. While I say I read lit fic and contemporary fiction a lot, I do not read an insane amount in a year to like pinpoint authors or the authors I really like. I do not know of any who is releasing anything. So for this question, I do not have an answer. Question 8 is the biggest disappointment of the year so far, and it's Labvona by Otessa Moshfegh. Labvona, I had my hopes up. I don't know why, because I really liked My Year of Rest and Relaxation. It's not like you expect an author to do like the same thing twice, but at the same time, I was just expecting to be like blown away by it, because while My Year of Rest and Relaxation is very like subtle in a way in its like, let's say, major plot, which I don't think there's any, or its major like point, yes, I would not say like I had not read anything like it, and it just did something for me. I think that's how I always recall it, that it did something for me in terms of like fiction and in terms of like characterization, what a character can be in a novel. That's how I felt about that book. But with Labvona, it has all the hijinks that comes with a Moshfegh novel, the characters, and just like everything is inside. There's so much depravity. There's kind of this I think I said that I thought she tried to do this critique of a certain aspect of what Christians are like, which I did not like, but I did get some part of it. But I think in the overall scheme of things, I just did not know what she was going for with the novel, because this one features like so much more characters. It's like at the end I said it felt like a play, felt like a really big play, because so much like a different cast of characters, different voices, different points of views going on in the novel, and at the end I did not feel satisfied with what was given at all. And so yeah, my answer is Labvona. Question 9 is the biggest surprise of the year so far, and after much thought over like what I read in the first half of the year, the book that I did not love it, I gave it a 3.5 stars, but it has stayed with me. Quotes from it has stayed with me. I keep going back to it because it has kind of been like a both for me so far with the way my year has been, and it's Little Weirds by Jenny Slate. And like I said, just in my review in I think I talk about it in my review of January or February, I don't know, one of them, and I don't know how to do the linky thing, but maybe I'll learn it and link that review. That's a month up here. But yes, I am so much softness, just a woman desiring like just a person, not just a person, a woman desiring like softness in life. Yes, there's just so much beauty in the writing, so much desire to start over again, and just it's just like I just really like it. I cannot really, there are the weird things inside, they do get a bit excessive like I said in that review, but I just like the writing. I did not just expect to be so moved by so many points in it. Like there's that essay in it called A Prayer that says like, as the image of myself becomes sharper in my mind, I feel less afraid that someone or something like that, someone will erase me by denying me love. And I that was the first essay that was the first it was very short like quote section in the book, because it's both lengthy essays and like sometimes short, very short like musings. And so that's the thing I saw that attracted me to reading it, that specific musing. And yeah, I was just so taken aback by how much beauty and how much stuff there was to it, if I can use that word. But yes, I really think of like the many parts from this book a lot. 10th question is my favorite new author of 2024 so far, and I would definitely say Alice Smith. Her voice, the most unique writing style I've come across this year. I talked about her in my last video, the video before this. So Alice Smith, definitely, she has a singular voice, the writing style, very like a mix of prose poetry, but like so much oddness. I've never seen it before. I want to see more of it. I want to read more of her. I am so excited to read more of her works. And yes, Alice Smith. The 11th question is newest favorite character. And honestly, from that first half of the year, I cannot think of any character that really like moved me or that stood out to me in any book. I'm trying to think, but whew. But if I'm just to give a default answer, I would say I'm the narrator in Sigrid Nunez's The Vulnerables, because I always like her narrators and I always love their voice. So that would be my default answer, because Sigrid Nunez, of course. 12th question is book that made you cry. And I did not like A Little Life cry, but I did cry a bit. Like tears came out of my eyes and it was all quiet on the Western Front. Such a harrowing portrait of war, and oh, so grim. At many points you just desire to take a break or to breathe. You hope that the characters even have like little moments to breathe throughout the novel, because like war just constantly moving and going. And yes, I did not bawl my eyes out, but at the end a tear or two came out, because it's a very heavy book and storytelling in it is really great. 13 is a book that made you happy. I don't want to pick it up again, but Sorrow and Bliss, like I loved anytime I read it. Even like yesterday and today, I've gone back to just look at quotes from it, because I'm considering rereading it again, but I don't want to read a single book twice in a year, what that I've already read before. I want to pace myself. I love it so much. But Sorrow and Bliss. 14th question is the most beautiful book you have bought so far this year. And I will say none, because I do not like Get Up. Wait, I think I might have one. I know it's not that like pretty or like exotic, because it's a known cover and we not get to see like the like exotic collection and stuff here. But I would just use my copy of Jane Austen's, I think this is Northanger Abbey. I just like these penguin classic covers, like with the ladies at the front. I just really like how these ones are like. So I think this is the one I like most. The Mansfield Park and one other one. One has a man at the front, which is nice, but I don't know. There's just like a subtle beauty to this one, so I will choose this one. 15 is what books do you need to read before the end of the year? I will say everything that I have not read from that 24 for 2024 list I made some months ago. There's so much I have not touched on there, which is like very true to my habits and to a lot of our habits on here. But at the same time, what can you do? What can one do? So I would say every book on that list, but if I were to list out some books off the top of my head that I know I really, really want to read before the end of the year, I know with certainty Outline by Rachel Cusk. Um, I might say Real Life by Brandon Taylor is one I really want to read. I'm hoping I am able to fit it in somewhere. Middle March by George Eliot is still somewhere there. I would like to read Bronte's Jane Eyre, of course, and yes, and Dostoevsky's Crime and Punishment. For the love of God, I need to set that book free from my unread pile. So yeah, and the final question is, I think there are two questions after this, like two bonus questions, and one is like favorite book community members. I don't really understand this question, but I think that I would say my subscribers. So to everyone who subscribes, I'm very grateful, and the comments, even one or two, they do so much for my heart, and I love them so much, and I anticipate seeing them from time to time. So thank you very much. And then also, I think the final question is favorite booktube channel. I've shouted them out, but I will probably say them over and over again. I know they seem like the same one, but it's really the only channels I watch on here. I watch maybe 5 or 6. I think 5 is too much. I follow so few people, but I just watch the same, like 1 or 2 people over and over, which are Nathan Snook, then Morden Ajuma, which 2 of my favorite people, and Alex from What Page Are You On? Is no longer like regular on BookTube. Maybe it results now to like 1 or 2 videos a year, but that's my favorite booktuber ever of all time. And I would say I've been enjoying Chris's library so far, and he's also born on the same day as me, different year probably, but the same day as me. And yeah, I've been enjoying his like channel so far, and his vlogs also. Like he has done a vlog, but he has another one which I have to catch up with. And yeah, I just like his very cozy vibe and energy. And so yeah, and who else do I watch? Of course, Alana Estelle, my dear sister, and yes, so dear to me. I love her singular book reviews and very, very honest opinions. I think you will never go to her channel and try to look for her liking a book that she does not like, or a popular book if she did not like a book that is widely liked. I like that she says it, and she gives like great reasoning behind why she did not like books. So she puts a lot of thought into her reviews. So that's like one of my favorite channels also, and those are really the ones I'm watching at the moment that I like. So yeah, once again, I know the quality of like the videos on the channel have not been like peak, and today might seem lower than before. Please, if you, but I hope you enjoy like just my voice or something regardless. And if you like this video, please like, comment, share, subscribe. I would love to get to 100 before the end of this month. I know I say it for every month, but I'm at 90, so just 10 to go. And yes, I would also like to, I don't know, a camera would be too cost to get, but I would like to change my phone. So if you would like to support in any way, you can reach out to me. My Instagram is on the, my Instagram will be like, the name will be on the bio introduction place, and yes, you can reach out to me there, or just comment on how to reach out to me and I can share it. Any support will be very much appreciated, as I'm not like working major now and just graduated. So thank you very much for watching. I think I am due for the actual June wrap up and my July wrap up, so that will be coming next. Thank you very much, and I hope this was not the greatest mess. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.